here we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have been living on the boat for 3 months now, and we are about 2 to 3 weeks away from leaving on the loop. And so we thought we'd do a Q&A episode from some questions that happen quite often and questions that people sent in to us and all that jazz.
Is it?
I mean, it's not, but... Does that make you better? Does that make you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's level.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to these questions. Engine maintenance. What does the schedule look like? Is it based on hours? How do you predict that? Do you schedule it out over the trips? Is that something you'll check every time you leave a marina? And is it something you're trying to do yourself?
Yes, trying to do ourselves. There is a maintenance schedule, which I haven't come up with what we're actually going to do because we haven't ran the boat as much as I thought we would have at this point. Mm-hmm. So it's probably still pretty good.
Yeah.
Right now. And then what we'll probably end up doing is checking the oil before we leave, making sure that the engines are running great, which, surprise, we took it out a few weeks ago. So it's just a matter of just kind of checking it, making sure everything's going well before we embark.
Before we embark. Very cool. I feel like we'll probably top off the oil, top off the gas, all that stuff. But as far as the maintenance goes, it's
just
keep an eye on it. Phil's probably going to be in the engine room.
Yeah, like
as much as possible.
We figured out that we needed to replace the batteries, so got new batteries. It's like a car. Mm-hmm. And so you just gotta just check it, and if there's problems, you gotta check it more often. But right now, things feel good. We're going to take it out a few more times here over the next 3 weeks. Running up to Kelly's Island, probably, Putnam Bay. If we have a chance, Cedar Point. But that one's kind of looking iffy. And then they will even anchor out one night.
Oh.
But right now, it's just an issue of we got to figure out kind of what the engines need.
Yeah. And I think something that's unique, or at least something that we didn't expect, was when we were shopping, we were told to look at engine hours, and this one doesn't have an engine hour like log or what have you. Mm-hmm. So,
but they look really nice and clean. So,
how do you plan for gas? Mostly asking for the economics of it. Is there a way to map out the cost of it? Maybe wait to fill up at a cheaper place? Do state taxes affect the price like they do with cars? Also, is there a reserve tank? What's the cost to fill it up? Any hacks to save or pay less? Like a certain speed you want to run the engine at?
You want to ask like one or two of those questions first instead of just running through it all?
This is a list from one of our friends, and he's a car guy, and he's very thorough.
Right now we're budgeting about 1 gallon per mile, but we're hoping that we can get about 2 miles per gallon, or that's what we're hoping for. And we have two 120-gallon tanks. So that's 240 gallons at $5 a pop. So that's going to be quite a bit of money.
2 tanks at 120?
Each.
So 120 gallons each.
240 gallons.
Total. Times 5.
Just over 1,000.
1,200, 1,250.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And it's one of those, especially on our trip, you do not want the gas tanks to run low.
No.
So we'll probably be filling up every other day.
Cool.
If we're moving a lot, but if we're going to be anchored for a few days, then we'll do it that way.
Cool. Are there shore hookups for water, power, and sewer?
For water and power, almost yes, for most marinas. Unless it's a free dock, which we should hopefully be seeing a few of those while we're on our route, just to save us some money. Mm-hmm. But pretty much the sewer is a no, but there are pump out stations at a lot of places where you can fill up gas.
Mm-hmm. And we have been on the same dock in the same marina for the last 3 months, and so we kind of just pay like a flat fee of like, we're going to just cover our power and our water. But then to talk about sewer,
we just have to go to pump out stations whenever it gets full, which we need to do that here in the next 3 weeks.
Gotta get rid of our
Yep.
But the it's kind of like an RV with the sewer situation. So as in it's exactly like an RV.
Yep.
Right? Exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question. How do you plan out where you go? Is there a way to reserve spots at marinas?
Yes, and we will be following this book.
Captain John.
Captain
Is that his
John.
name?
Yep.
Not Captain Jim.
So, and we'll be referencing this a lot as we go through the loop. But he'll give you 3 or 4 marinas at every place where he suggests you go. So it gives you kind of what each marina will give you: power, water, and we'll be able to just kind of decide which one we want to go to.
How far in advance do we need to reserve them, though? Like, I feel like it's kind of like you can call day of and be like, is it available?
Yes and yes. Like, ideally we'll reserve them like 2-3 days in advance, at least, just to make sure that...
But we don't need like a week, and it's not going to change the cost.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No,
But a few days in advance?
Not
Okay.
from what I've read.
Cool.
Because there might be a time where a storm comes through and we need to stay where we're at for an extra couple days, so you don't want to reserve something where...
Next question. How do you anticipate dealing with poor weather? Is that something you plan on keeping an eye on and moving out of the way before you're in it? I want to say this. Phil is a weather champion. He keeps an eye on it all the time. When I'm about to go on a run, he's like, you should go now because it's going to rain in 2 hours. Or sometimes he's like, are you sure you want to go now because it's raining right now? But he's very good at keeping an eye on that. So that's lovely to have Weatherman Phil on the case, but I'll let you answer kind of like how we're going to move around weather conditions.
We're going to just have to keep an eye on it. It's the biggest thing, so the wind will push us around pretty bad when we're trying to dock. And we either want to be docked or anchored when a big storm comes through. So just as long as we're being mindful of that and knowing, hey, this is for us to actually slow down too. And if it takes us an extra couple days, it takes us an extra couple days.
And I think if it's not clear yet to y'all, like, safety is our top priority.
Yep.
Like, we're not here to be unsafe. So,
Cool.
So navigating the weather is a part of that.
Yep. Next question.
Next question. Ooh, I like this one. How do you plan out food? Are there built-in stops where you can stock back up? How are you going to plan out food? How are we going to stockpile all that action?
We really haven't had to deal with that all that much.
Right. This summer, we have had a car at the marina with us that is our car, and we have been able to just go to the grocery store, which frankly is close enough that if we just used the electric bike, we could get to. And so when we stop at docks, we'll use the electric bike because we will no longer have our car to go to grocery stores. And yes, there will be some meal planning involved because we have a small fridge. It's going to require some creativity, and we're going to figure out along the way. But there definitely will need to be some sort of planning, and that will be something that we'll definitely be sharing. Follow along for great recipes and small living storage recipes. What conveniences of living on land do you think you'll miss the most?
Yeah, I don't.
I think I miss our yard for Gonzo.
Yeah, opening the door and letting him out into a fenced-in yard, that was nice, and he enjoyed being able to run around and chase the squirrels. He doesn't necessarily get to do that all that much here.
Yeah. He's very great on the boat. He's adapted really well. I'm not surprised. He's like a working dog breed. And also having the yard for him was nice. But also, I think when we take off and actually are hitting the loop and I'm not traveling for work so much, I think there will be a lot more like he and I going on runs and walks, us going on walks as a little family unit. I think some of that stuff will come into play. But I think that's what I miss the most about our former living situation. But as far as space and whatnot goes, I freaking love it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's great. Yeah.
So.
All right, so then going back to the yard thing, how does Gonzo use the restroom?
He comes up and lets me know or lets her know and take him outside.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so it's again, that goes to adapting to being on the boat. He's pretty good about letting us know. Sometimes he lets us know when he really doesn't need to go and he just like wants to get out, but he's a dog and he needs to be out, right? So just like we literally need to leave the boat as well. So yeah, he's such a smart breed that like he knows like when there's space for him to jump on the dock and when there's not, and he is very good and patient about waiting, and he kind of has the hang of things. But yeah, we take him off the boat. When we are anchoring, we will see what that looks like. Maybe it's taking him to shore with a dinghy. Maybe it's teaching him to use the deck with some sort of pee-pad / situation. Yeah. But that is in the future and not a current Caitlin and Phil problem.
No.
And we're so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to say one thing about Gonzo. He loves the fly bridge. If it's not covered because it's like a sunny day, that has kind of become his substitute yard, if you will. Chilling like a villain on the fly bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. When are you leaving for the loop?
In the next 3 weeks.
In the next 3 weeks.
Mid-September is what we're looking at.
Mid-September. So currently the countdown is like at the 20-day mark. But that also, again, going back to weather or considering weather, that may tweak, so 20 days might actually be 15 days or it might actually be 22 days, depending on the day that is the best weather. Mm-hmm. And we'll leave then.
Yeah.
So, but it's exciting.
And just making sure that everything's ready for us to go.
Mm-hmm. Are you comfortable listing, can you list what in your mind would be considered as ready?
Well, there are 3 things that we kind of need if we want to anchor. A dinghy, a generator, and then solar, but that one is kind of can be pushed for later.
It's like a pseudo luxury.
A pseudo luxury, but
would be helpful.
Would be very, very helpful. We're also, there's carpet on the walls here, and I think that we're both ready to just rip it out. I mean, it has 40 years of dust and mildew. And
it smells like it.
Yeah.
It smells like an old house. And yeah, I think there's very much in the next few days, I could see us just chopping it out.
Mm-hmm. This needed to happen, and I think that we're ready to just get it out of here.
Yeah, it's not good for anybody's allergies. It's just not good. It's not good. It's like, I don't like touching it. Old carpet on the walls, no. How much does the boat weigh?
I've seen the paperwork that says anywhere from 15,000 to 18,000 pounds. I believe. I
commented on a friend asked this on our Instagram. Let me see what I said. Obviously, we do not know this off the top of our heads, so let me see what my friend asked. My friend asked us...
It's heavy.
It's heavy. Our boat weighs... Because I looked on our survey paperwork. I got this. Hold, please.
I think it's 18.
Okay, cool. Phil's in for 18. Wow, so many people were so excited that we bought the boat back in the day. Okay. 9.25 tons. I don't know how many pounds.
18,400 pounds.
Is that really?
I think so. I don't know. Ask Siri.
I'll add it in. I'll put a little bloop, 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 or bloop, 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 graphic. Okay, next question. How are you liking it?
It's been nice.
It's been really nice. It's been really nice. July was a lot of client work for me, so I was traveling quite a bit, and I've been back since for like basically the full month of August, and it's just been really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. It's a good thing. I have no regrets on our decision to do this, and we're 3 months in, so.
Yeah.
What do you do for internet? For internet, we have Starlink. Mm-hmm. We've got the version of Starlink where when we are docked or still, we can use it literally anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been working really well.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for it.
It's been great.
It's been great. Yeah, no internet issues. And even when there were internet issues in the city that we're staying right now, in Port Clinton, we still had internet. But that's because it's satellite, and it was great. So.
Yeah, there was a storm that came through, and people were out of internet for a few days, and we were not.
Yeah, and I have video calls and uploading video and all sorts of stuff, and it's been flippin' fantastic. The next question is, how is Phil liking driving the boat?
It's fun. I love it.
Can you describe it?
I don't know, wind in your hair. It's great. Open water. I mean, it's great. I wish I had a better vocabulary to really describe it, but it's something that it's a challenge that is that's being conquered, that some people were worried about for us, and it's
good to go.
It's good to go.
Yeah, you're doing great. I mean, Phil's got a very mechanical mind, so that's lovely. It's a good practice for me. I'm in charge of the ropes and tying the boat when we get to dock, and then outside of there, I just look around and make sure that nothing's in our way, and just lots of communication. But Phil's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to take it out for the first time last week, and there has been and will be lots of practice before we leave. But it's nice to finally taking it out, and Phil did such a great job. We docked it a few times, and there will be more where that came from.
Yep.
Yay!
Yay!
What are you enjoying most about living on the boat?
The silence of the water is nice.
Yeah. I really like during the week when nobody's here at the marina.
Mm-hmm.
And just walking around, doing our thing.
The slight rocking of the boat at night, going to sleep, is really, really nice.
Sleeping like a frickin' baby. It's the best sleep. I've been sleeping so well. Really only one night I had a rough time. I know you just aren't a great sleeper, but my personal sleeping experience has been magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
What has been the most challenging thing?
Learning everything that needs to happen before we leave has just been pretty challenging. Even Gonzo agrees.
Gonzo's exhausted.
He's exhausted from it.
I would say along those lines is the unknowns. Like just all the unknowns up in the air. There are parts of the boat. I wish we knew it better.
Yeah.
And we're learning. And again, going back, like I've been traveling a bit, so I haven't been here the whole time to learn it better.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that's what we're moving forward with, right? There's lots of learning to be done. We've learned so much already, but I wish we knew more. But I feel like I'm going to always wish that, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're always going to be learning.
We're always going to be learning.
Yeah.
And with that, if you have any more questions, please let us know, whether it be in the comments or feel free to, go to our Instagram and hit us up there. But it's been fun. We're having a great time and just more adventures to come. We're excited to have decided that it's go time for the loop, because we've been working towards this for 10, 11 months.
Yeah. And I think we're just ready. We're ready for the challenge. And
We're
I
ready.
had something else I wanted to say.
I mean, it could just be as simple as we're ready.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you're ready, too.
And the next set of questions, hopefully, will be in a new city.
Yeah, we're about to be on the move. So in no time.
Yep.
Cool. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Later. Thanks for watching. Of course, that whole subscribe magic. It'll be good.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.